guys, I'm Handrahan here with Specialist Landscaping and Lawn Care. Just going to talk about some of the different things that landscaping can help to control as far as environmental protection, erosion, and just different ways we think through the environmental process in landscaping. So one of the main things when we're looking at various projects is a lot of times we'll have different gradients of ground and different soil structures that we're looking at. And so one of the things we got to be very aware of is erosion. Whether we're going to use ground covers or something more similar to this is more of a permanent fixture to help control erosion, using maybe a stacked stone retaining wall to help keep soil and clay and sediment from washing down into other structures, other areas of the yard, or even gutters and streams. We use physical retaining walls in order to avoid that. The next thing we use to control erosion, it's simple play sand. So various soils and various sediments, they filter water at different rates. Sand will absorb water a lot quicker than maybe more of your topsoil, and even more so than your more clay-like soils. Clay soils tend to shed water very quickly, so if water and erosion is a focus that we need to look at, we'll look at using some sand-type structures in order to basically filter our water through, very similar to coffee filters like you would in a coffee pot. This is simple pond pebbles, but we'll also use limestone gravel, which is very common here in Alabama. And so what we try to do is, obviously lower down you need the more filtration, so that's where you'll go with more of a gravel base, more of your limestone gravel that you'll see on a lot of back roads. Then you'll step up to maybe some more your sand type structures, and then you'll go put your topsoil in before you put your ground cover or plants or whatever the main focus of your bed is to be. Hey guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to walk through a physical example of a project I'm working on when a lot of the issues that we talked about earlier come into play, and how we're going to go about correcting those issues for the betterment of the customer and for the betterment of the environment as well. I said, hey, what's going on? Our problem here, it wasn't any erosion control more so, but we have grass growing into an area that we don't want grass growing in. And so what we did is we came in and we put this stone border in order to keep our grass, which is good and we want because it helps with our erosion. It sucks up that rain, and also too, it provides a habitat and a place for many creatures as well. So we put this stone border in order to be able to separate what we want from what we don't want and where we don't want it. So what we did here is we put a crushed limestone base down. What this did is it packs very well, and also too, like I mentioned earlier, it does a great job at filtering the water down and through and away from where areas that we do not want it. People love lawns. On average, I believe it's over $3 billion is spent on landscaping across America every year. Wow. What we're going to talk about here is a couple of different products that we use in order to get that good soil structure, and also too, to make sure we have the correct amount of moisture and also have the correct amount of nutrients in order to make those plants that we work so hard to grow and pay for and put in, to keep them healthy. So the first thing we're going to talk about is just your general topsoil. A lot of times people think topsoil is topsoil. Well, the thing is, there are a lot of differences in topsoil. This particular brand of topsoil that I use, it comes from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. So it's grown right here in Alabama and manufactured right here in Alabama. And so this product has a very dark texture, and it's very good. It's made from tree remnants and then everything that's just been broken down and composted. And it's very loamy, has a lot of peat moss in it, and it's very good soil structure as far as for our plants. And then on top of that, it allows for that water to filter through and then remain. So two of the main things that we need, just like any human would, we need our water source, and on top of that we need our nutrients. Our nutrients, as far as the plants are concerned, come from the soil, and then on top of that we got to make sure that we have the proper water content in order to make these plants grow. And then usually what we'll do in addition to controlling moisture is we'll use, this is pine bark mini nuggets. So what this is the same products that this is ground down to. It comes up as this topsoil, but the less ground portions are these pine bark mini nuggets. And so what they are just exactly what the product says. They are designed and taken from trees, but they're designed to be able to retain moisture and often provide a good looking appearance, which is what we want as the end result. So this is a dual-edged sword. We want to be able to have the nutrients that this is going to give our plants. It's going to keep more moisture in the ground, and even in the winter times, this is a common misconception, watering your plants keeps them warmer. So moisture is something that's very important in the plant world. On top of that, it also helps in the landscaping industry to be able to give us a better looking finished product in appearance. Alright guys, thank you all for coming out today on this walk around with Specialist Landscaping and Lawn Care. I hope we taught you a thing or two, but now it's time for us to get to work.